These are 5 ways on how to build a personal brand in 2026 and beyond. But before we do that, I want you to have a book like this, a diary or a notebook by your side, because this is going to be a practical session. So, number one, know your identity, clarity. Who do you want to be seen as? What message do you want to carry? And who do you want to identify as? When your name is mentioned in a room, what do you want people to think about? So you firstly write that down. When I am not in the room and somebody mentions my name, I want people to see me as the tech diva, somebody who is educating women, somebody who is empowering women, somebody who is a motivational speaker who tries to educate and empower African youth. I want somebody to see a leader, and I want somebody to see a business woman. So these are my brands, right? So you write what you want people to think about when they mention your name in a room. Point two, show up consistently as that person. So in this era, if you're building a personal brand, you're obviously doing it online and offline. We're targeting online. So online, who do you want to be? So I'm going to use myself as an example. Because I am a business owner, because I am a motivational speaker, because I am a tech diva, I put out content that circulates around this. So it's either I'm making a video like this to educate you on branding right, or I am speaking at an event on tech, or I am training people in tech, or I am doing things that relates to business, having a business incubator, teaching people how to build businesses. So these are the contents that I show up with all the time, and I put it online. So when you identify who you want to be, now you have to show up as that person consistently. What do you post? How do you post? Do you educate people around that particular thing that you want to identify as? Do this as the second step. 3, let your personality lead. A lot of people are not able to build authentic personal brands because they are so fake. Fake as in they are not in their natural self. So when I'm speaking to you, it comes naturally to me because I try and aspire to be a public speaker. When I'm doing videos that are motivational, I try to set the tone to educate and empower you and stick something in your brain so that you'll be gingered to succeed. When I'm training people in tech, it comes naturally to me because I'm allowing my personality lead what I'm supposed to do. So don't try to let someone else propel you to do certain things. You need to allow your personality to show in your personal brand. Don't be too rigid. Allow yourself to just be in your natural state. Do things that make you comfortable. Post content that doesn't make you feel like you are forcing yourself or you're doing too much. Post content that makes you align with yourself, and that's one way to let people feel authentic when you're doing videos. That makes people feel connected to you when they come up with your content, when they come across things you write, things you speak about, and then your brand. It's when it's natural, when it's like your own authentic self, it makes your personality speak ultimately. So do this as your third step. 4, create value before you ask for anything. So mostly when people want to build their personal brand, they think it's all about money, 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 or getting something in return. So before you are able to create wealth out of something, you need to create value or give value. What are you teaching people about what you are or who you are? I started off as training people for free in tech. I started off speaking at events when I didn't have to demand for quotes. I started off doing these videos because I wanted to give back to society the knowledge that I have acquired. I'm giving all this out for free because I think I am investing in a bank for future. So when you're building your personal brand, you need to give out value. When people continue to learn from you, when people continue to connect with you, they are able to feel your value, your presence, and in the long run, people would want to give or pay to actually acquire something from you. But if they don't see any value yet, if they don't understand what your personal brand is all about yet, nobody is just going to give you that value which you're actually expecting in a long run. So what you have to do is that create value around your personal brand. Make sure that the content you put out there are important, are knowledge based, deep research about the things that you do. They are not just vague or shallow. They give real in-depth ways of how people can actually solve problems. And then in the long run, when you're able to do that, you invest in people like that, you'd be able to ask for something in return. And when people demand that you come and speak at events, you can ask for a quote. When people demand that you do certain projects for them, you can ask for a quote. Well, this does not apply to people that are building businesses. I don't mean you should use all your investment to go and acquire products and then you give it out for free. No, I'm talking about people who are building a personal brand for themselves. Even if you have a business, you're building a personal brand for yourself. So educate people on your business. If you run a fashion studio, educate people on why they should dress in a certain way, places they are supposed to be dressing, and whatnot. So that's what I'm talking about. So use this as your fourth step. And now the final fifth step. Guess what it is? Drum roll. Be consistent and grow and connect with great networks. A lot of people do not know how important this is. Look, when you build a brand for yourself, a lot of the referrals you get to your brand are by word of mouth, by people, by social media posts, and on your online activities. And so it's very important that you take time to actually nurture certain relationships as well as being consistent, so that when somebody comes up to me and be like, where can I get the perfect classy outfit, I would just be able to mention your name at a snap. When somebody tells me, where can I get an authentic, beautiful website, I know people will mention my name at a snap. When somebody says, I need a female speaker on empowerment, education, and tech, I know my name is going to be mentioned at a snap. Right? So that is what you have to do. You have to nurture relationships, build relationships, and tell people what you do. This is also very good for the offline activity as well as in an online activity. So do these 5 steps and see how your brand strategically changes from year to year. Catch you in the next video.